As old as the Whiteside Theater in downtown Corvallis is, it was built in 1922. That's a great long stretch, but unfortunately it has not been open since 1922. There were a few years in there where it was closed down and nobody went in or out. Luckily, we got our groove back, just like how Stella got her groove back. So, in acknowledgement of Black History Month, the Whiteside Theater will play on Wednesday, February 12th, the 1998 movie How Stella Got Her Groove Back. Now, the main actors for this movie include Angela Bassett. You might recognize her from the movie Waiting to Exhale, American Horror Story, and even Black Panther. The male lead is played by Taye Diggs. You might recognize him from the remake of House on Haunted Hill and even Rent. And you will also recognize, of course, Whoopi Goldberg. Do I even need to say it? It's Whoopi Goldberg. The movie is a romantic comedy drama and involves Angela Bassett's character, Stella, going on vacation and meeting a love interest there. And the movie takes the viewer through the journey of how their relationship plays out. I had not seen this movie until recently, and as I was watching it, at first I thought, okay, it's very classic elements of romantic comedy here, but as it went along, I was kind of surprised and impressed about how it started to share a lot of perspective on the dynamics of a relationship, and it really portrayed that well. It was a very believable movie. You have these characters who meet, and it felt natural, and the drama they have, the twists and turns of a relationship and love. Now, especially in movies, people fall in love and have relationships all the time. What makes this one interesting in this movie and more dramatic is the fact that Stella and her love interest Winston have a very dramatic age difference between each other. In fact, Stella is quite a bit older than Winston, and it's interesting as the viewer watching this whole thing play out. It all is portrayed very naturally. When they get into situations and they have disagreements or arguments or just things that make it, they really feel what's going on in their relationship together, it feels very natural. The way everyone reacts to them and the way they react to each other and the way they react to themselves, it feels like you're watching this real situation play out in real life. In fact, this whole movie is based off of a book written by Terry McMillan, who wrote their book based off of their own experience in real life. So it's interesting to think about how this movie really has to do with someone's actual personal life and how things arose out of that. I wasn't surprised, but by far the best character in this movie is Whoopi Goldberg, an actor as well. She does such a great job playing this sassy best friend to Stella. Lots of encouraging moments, lots of, make fun of her, make her laugh moments. The viewer really gets a good feeling that these two have been friends for a long time, and that's the case in the story. They've been friends for so long, and you don't have to be surprised by that. You can just feel it as they interact together. The movie isn't just about the romance between Stella and Winston. It also involves the other characters surrounding them, family, friends, things like that, and having someone there like Whoopi Goldberg's character really helps enhance the feeling of this really well-defined situation. At first, the movie focuses on some more comedic elements of a romantic comedy, kind of setting up characters and relationships and how they work together. Later in the movie, it focuses more on the dramatic aspect of the relationship and where they're going to go from there. The comedy still stays, especially between the characters, especially between Stella and her best friend Whoopi Goldberg, but really it becomes much more dramatic, and it works out quite well. I was kind of surprised, and I enjoyed the movie much more than I expected, especially by the end. At the end of the movie, I said I did quite like that, how it changed from more comedic and fun and kind of like, we're on a vacation here to more of, wow, this got kind of serious, and how do we deal with that? There are a couple of scenes in the movie that have some adult content in them, so for all the families out there, please consider looking at the ratings before coming and seeing the show. Please come and join us for How Stella Got Her Groove Back for this Wednesday at the Whiteside. Stella got her groove back, now you can get your groove back too.